We're live. How are you, my friends? Welcome to the Videodrome. I'm Stash, your host tonight on yet another unannounced blog. I guess a blog is a blog, except you're on the video, so it's a blog. Tonight I'm looking forward to, though I picked a good topic to get into. Going to review the movie. It's an old movie, but whatever. It's a good movie. It's Videodrome. Videodrome. And we're live streaming. Jump in the chat room if you've got some questions. But we're talking tonight about Videodrome. 1983. Canadian science fiction horror film. The Videodrome is real. Let's get into it. It's a David Cronenberg film. All of his films are extremely strange. They all usually involve some type of creature that attempts to hop on people and copulate with them. This movie's got a surrealist aesthetic to it. So we talked about surrealism a lot on the Stosh blog. It's kind of like about a pirate underground TV station that's kind of running out strange I don't know, snuff films or sadomasochistic evil films. But the message of the sinister aspect of film and full disclosure and boobs. Meatloaf in the house. We've got me and we've got one damn viewer, so let's get into it. We're talking about an old film, my friend. Videodrome. Starring James fucking Woods. I think he's banned on the Twitter. Videodrome is real. Oh yeah. Preston is on, my main man. From the Disclosure, allegedly from the Disclosure group. We're talking about the techno-surrealist film Videodrome. The Videodrome is real. In my opinion, I've watched too many movies in my life. Most of them mean nothing, and they're all pieces of shit. Not this film. This film is loaded with meaning. If you're a prude, I guess it's too dirty. Yeah. Allegedly. I did not know this one was out of Toronto, which is weird. But James Woods is intense in this film. He's got a TV station that's involved in softcore porn. He wants more. A videographer friend of his turns him on to an underground TV show. The whole idea is that sex and violence is, out of control in a sense, and mind control. After all, it's TV programming. And if you're talking about spiritual things, You tune into a TV channel, and thus you channel it, do you not? We all kind of know that if we watch too much TV, we become shitheads. If you haven't watched this film, I'm sorry, but I think I can still make this interesting. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. One of my favorite characters of all time. It's actor Jack Creeley. That's Creley as Dr. Brian Oblivion. There's a scene where Deborah Harry, the old school singer Deborah Harry, she has this mystical quality to it. Deborah Harry, let's put it this way, all the pop singer front women of today, they don't have anything on Deborah Harry in terms of being cool. Pink ain't no Deborah Harry. Neither is Madonna, for that matter. Hello from Toronto. Oh, Pedro's from Toronto. I didn't know that. Have you seen, I put a crappy version of this, the interview of Deborah Harry's character, which is Nikki Brand. And he goes on a talk show with Dr. Brian Oblivion. And one of my favorite lines of any picture, film, is he goes, the Videodrome is taking over your mind, your brain. That is why I only watch television when I'm on television, or something like that. I got to get the quote. There's also another kind of smoking man feeling type of guy from like the X-Files. Is this actor Leslie Carlson. This guy is Barry Convex. He looks like the ultimate 1970s CIA guy that's gonna tie you to a chair, tape open your eyes, and mind control you so you become an assassin type of guy, or the smoking man from X-Files. And this actor, actually, if you see this movie, Dr. Convex is even more intense. And he puts James Woods into these glasses because he owns this eyeglass shop, and it's clearly they're on to Max Wren. Max Wren is the protagonist, James Woods. I gotta look up this line for you guys. This is incredible. Glad you guys are on tonight. This is the new world now. We cannot meet in person. It is too dangerous with the coronavirus. This is even too dangerous. But I guarantee you, I don't think that we can give each other coronavirus through this streaming thing, but I'm not sure. I can't fucking totally guarantee that it doesn't come through my crappy machine into you guys. So beware. I don't have a mask on tonight. You guys maybe should put on your mask. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. The disclaimer's over. So you're here listening at your own risk. All right. Let's have a good time. So Dr. Brian Oblivion quotes. Yes, the farts. I know. That's why the Chinese in their wisdom are suggesting that we do the anal swipes. I don't know if that was on Zero Hedge. The anal swipes cannot be. I was Videodrome's first victim. Dr. Brian Oblivion. Let me see if I get this correct. If you're not careful, you're already half illusion. If you're not careful, it will become total illusion. You will learn to live in a very strange new world, Brian Oblivion. Quote unquote, that is why I never appear on television except when I'm on television. The guy's a genius. And what do we have now? Let's face it. It is too dangerous to go to a fucking party. You're not technically supposed to hook up. People are now in love through these mediums of this. This is the new frontier. We're now in the Videodrome. What's the first thing when they did a lockdown? They said the goodness of the people's hearts from Pornhub are letting you have free porn. And you order everything to go. Hi, not another Heather. Are you? Is not another Heather doing a bit on the Heather's movie? That's cool. Heather, hello, Heather. With Christian Slater. Christian Slater. Christian Slater. My friend here. I love Laura Lane. I love the fucking Disclosure team. Love you guys. Did you guys from there see the video of me with Master Cam? He's in Oklahoma now. He chops a watermelon on me and stuff. I'm a great adventurer and I'm a complete madman. We're tonight talking about the old school movie from 1983, Videodrome, because we now live in the Videodrome, do we not? We can only meet each other on the Twitter, and we can only vlog and cam. It's disgusting. Talking about one of the best characters in this, Dr. Brian Oblivion. That is why I never appear on television, except when I'm on television. Jack Creeley. Thank you. I'm glad. Hey, Banana Bug is on tonight. We're on tonight with the members of the Secret Disclosure Gang that aren't backing down until the government fesses up and admits that there's UFOs. It's going pretty good. Thank you. I missed you. I'm sorry I didn't announce this thing. Everybody give me thumbs up so they don't shut down my channel if possible. I don't know. But BB, we're talking about the old movie Videodrome, and I'm going through the idea that we're all now stuck in the Videodrome because of COVID lockdown. Even if they stop the lockdown, shit, obviously everybody's going to be nervous. I mean, are you going to be the first one to line up for the baseball game? The first one to go to the movies? We've been on the computer so long on social media and these type of things. We are now totally hallucinating. I forget what people look like except on the social media. This Disclosure Game will fight for disclosure to the gates of hell. I will join you, my friends, Disclosure Game. I will go to hell with you. We will go there. We will find the poet Virgil. And we'll go to the gates and say, all who enter here abandon hope. Welcome to America. America! I was just recounting the story to a bunch of people who were laughing because I saw this guy in Central Square, Cambridge, Mass. And he was like so drunk. He was like, America! Give it up for America! And he passed out. It was great. So I started it and I was hanging out. I would love a Disclosure Gang leg. I want to be part of something. The only problem is I got a crush on everybody, including you, man, and it's painful. You know, I can't hold you guys. We can't go to what do they have in Oklahoma? Do they have any restaurants that aren't salad bar type? What do they call that when you go to the place? I'm an asshole. Believe me, all the restaurants where I am suck too. But it's all yeah. I loved Oklahoma. If those of you on here haven't been to really, Really? It's to make it. See, it's all lies. Everything's lies. I hate that. Um, it, for those who haven't been to Oklahoma on tonight, they have sideways lightning balls. It's hot like a bathtub, which I love. And they have so many fucking tornadoes that if you're at the airport, they have a sign like tornado shelter. And occasionally you'll see somebody's car all fucked up. So that's what they got. And they got crickets that'll land you at night. Am I doing a good? And they got catfish, and you can go noodling. To reveal. We're also on with Pedro Rojas Cervantes, and he's from Toronto, Canada, where the movie Videodrome that we're sort of talking about is connected to. The Videodrome is real. The CEO of the small UHF station stumbles upon a broadcast signal featuring violence and torture. He starts watching the show. He begins to have increasingly bizarre hallucinations. Like the wall is breathing. He comes to have strange encounters with Deborah Harry, the singer, who's extremely, very dreamy looking in her own right. I am relatively acquainted. I'm a big fan because I'm such a big fan of her bass player. And oh my God, his name escapes me. Gary Lockman. Gary Lockman was actually an occultist, and he was a member of the OTO, secret society, magic secret society. And if you haven't gotten it, his books are excellent. Why am I going that? Because he was the bass player of actually Blondie. I will now give you one of her best songs that you must listen to tonight. I'm going to put it in the, going to put it up. I'm going to put it right in chat because I would like people to play it as we're live right now. Okay. Deborah Harry, Rush. If you don't like this song, I'll go crazy. I can't make it sound on here because he'll be mad. But I can put it in the chat, right? This song, you guys, incredible. From the movie Scarface, Rush, give me yayo. Yayo is, of course, cocaina. Videodrome, the movie was made during some of the height of the cocaine 1980s. But it's not a cocaine feel to the movie. It's psychedelic. So the TV starts breathing, and I love you guys. I love the Disclosure Gang. You are real. Don't say it's just makeup. You guys are gorgeous and you're awesome. And Preston is a great guy, and I'm glad you're my friends because I have no friends except the internet. The internet is my friend. I can't stand how the fucking internet is more interesting than real life. And they know it. The man knows it. Don't you miss just going to talk to your friends and bitching about life and having wings, hot wings? I don't drink, so I have a sparkly water with lime. I love to go up to a really, really good-looking snobby bartender woman and go, I would like a delicious sparkly water with lime, and see if they laugh. If they don't laugh, they're not my friend. The Videodrome is real. Let's go back to other characters. In the Videodrome. The battle for the mind of North America will be fought in the video arena, the Videodrome. The Videodrome. Isn't this true? We're now in a complete media war Videodrome. We watch the powerful people fight each other, and they're literally trolling each other. Pedro Rose is talking. Marshall McLuhan predicted for the medium is the message. Exactly. I don't go on the internet unless I'm on the internet. Television is reality, and reality is less than television. That was way back in 1983. That's what they're saying. The internet is superior to real life, right? I've met people who have younger kids now. They don't want to leave their room. The so-called millennials. They're the 9/11 kids or whatever. It's not. It's first of all, they're scared since the September 11th, since the Boston bombing, since this bombing, since that bombing. And why would you not? Why would you want to get off the internet? You've got everything there. You can have the girlfriend or boyfriend of your dreams. You can look at anything you want. You can bullshit about it. Why? The secret is, I don't think people want to end the lockdown. They want to be in the Videodrome. Television is reality, and reality is less. Yeah, we are the product. Yes. Yes. During the climax of this film, Max Wren, the sleazy CEO of the little TV company, he starts to change. So he's like, it's the new flesh or whatever, and there's like a cut in his chest, and it becomes like this vagina thing or whatever, and he sticks his hand in it, and it comes out, and he's got a gun. It's like the new flesh. First, it destroys your mind, then it destroys your body. First, it controls your mind, then it destroys your body. Of the television screen is the retina of the mind's eye. Your reality is already half video hallucination. If you are not careful, it will become total hallucination. You will have to learn to live in a very strange world. I am the video word made flesh. Definitely rent this movie as soon as you can. Long live the new flesh. What do they call the new show? Videodrome. Barry Convex. Barry Convex. His actual name is the Lens. It was, of course, a box office bomb because the American audience were too stupid to appreciate the message in this crazy film. Rush. Did anybody listen to Rush? Rush, give me yeah. The TV screen. I was recently talking to actually. I don't know if you guys are familiar with William Burroughs, the poet. I don't know if let me see if Cronenberg did a movie on him. Oh, he's still alive. Very brilliant film. Oh yeah, okay. William F. Burroughs and Vladimir Nabokov. If you cite Vladimir Nabokov as an inspiration, you're probably kind of weird because of Lolita. I will say no further. Okay, yeah, he did do Naked Lunch. That's another movie. I'm going to do it. An incredible. Ian Holm, who just passed away, was in that. And he did do Scanners, which is awesome. When the guy blows the other guy's head up with his mind. Anybody see Scanners? And I'm glad that Not Another Heather is real. I'm glad Preston is real. Sorry, I just had to say that. Thank you. I wish I could do a super chat thing where people give me $100 to. I could, I'll take my shirt off. But I want a tip. Toronto. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, he did do Naked Lunch, of which I'm going to talk about another time. Where was I going with William Burroughs? His friend. Let me see if I have his name here. Brian Gilson. Hey, Zeppelin's Curse is on. Everybody check out that book, Zeppelin's Curse, that I did a couple of nights ago. Zeppelin, ZC. We're talking Videodrome tonight, which I'm sure you've probably seen that movie. Actually, let me put in the Not Another Heather. Let me put in the liner notes. The Curse of Led Zeppelin. We have in the house my good friend, Lance, or should I just say Zeppelin's Curse itself is in the house. Check out that book. That's the one I did last week or earlier in the week. And we're not too far off from that occult topic of Led Zeppelin, because I'm also talking about William Burroughs, who worked with Led Zeppelin, and Brian Gilsing. Oh, what's the name of the guy? Because we're talking about the Videodrome, and Burroughs' friend dealt with a machine that hypnotized you. Did you see this Murray Bernie Sanders M-Pop Scanners tweet and retweet it? It should have gone viral. If it didn't go viral, probably Twitter blocked him. You Twitter CIA fanatics. They warned me. I guess I don't know. I retweeted something, and they said, you're a purveyor of the Russians. And I was like, what? Awesome. I want to see it. Oh, okay. ZC, if you're in tonight. Okay, what I wanted to talk about, that's the same as the Videodrome machine aspect, or actual machines that make you have psychedelic experience. It's Burroughs and his friend Brian, Brion, and then Gysin, the Dream Machine. Basically, I think they took a phonograph record, these lights, and this weird hypno stuff, and you look at the Dream Machine, and it gets you high. It definitely does. So that's kind of the main thing. I mean, television is indeed a complete hypnotic experience. Probably it's incredibly unhealthy. There's a TV that programs you, and you dial into a channel, and you get. Well, if you're superstitious enough, you get possessed. You're channeling, and you're being programmed, and you bloody well know you are. Again, I say this every time as a tip of the hat to Burroughs. He came up with the word heavy metal. And he came up with the word Blade Runner mostly from his cut-up technique. His cut-up technique is a literary technique in which the written text is cut up and rearranged to create a new text. The concept can be traced to the Dadaist of the 1920s. It is a method that is used by the Illuminates of Thanatos. Oh yeah, Preston, you got hypnotized by the television. Where's Kennedy? Is it Kennedy? What's her name? Casey. Again, we have an author in the house tonight. If you're into interesting stuff, you want to check out that book that I put in. I'm going to put in the liner notes again. Check out this book on your Kindle. Very good. I knew it. That's what my guy Ricky Lime says in Out of This World. Ricky Lime. Have I been abducted by aliens? Signs point to yes. And he's like, I knew it. I knew it. Is that what happened to the Disclosure Gang? Hosting at Cracker Barrel. The low-level initiates are no better than the profane, as by choice and consent they have given up their own reasoning faculties and therefore have become stakes on the table and beasts of burden. Yeah, the low-level initiates. Yes. Yes, my friends. Yes. The sheep. The beast of burden. Albert Pike, beast of burden for us. Or trapped in the Videodrome and transformed. The Videodrome is real. Sonia Smits as Bianca Oblivion. Wow, back in the day. Definitely. It's been said, actually, it's been a movie that you say that wakes you up, but in the book Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare by Hoffman, influenced by James Stanley Downard, one of my heroes, sort of. If a person becoming a Mason or something, my connection is unstable. Sorry. We have all been initiated. I agree. I know. I'm so serious. Oh my God, if I could go to Cracker Barrel tonight, maybe she would know it's me. I would order salad. I'm glad that you guys have not blocked me from the Twitter since I've had crushes on you immediately. That's why I need to just listen to the. I know. I would order a salad and a shake and just dream of your friend who's my friend, who I don't remember if she's KC. I don't know. I love her anyway. I love all you guys. Um, there's a wild scene that kind of reminds me of the movie Inception, right? KC, that's her name. She's a wonderful person. You guys, did you see Inception? No, Inception, when they go to see all these people that are like in the deep, deep REM sleep. There's a scene just like that in Videodrome because Max Wren tracks Oblivion down to a homeless shelter, and there's an interesting thing that he goes and sees the. You do? I love you guys. You guys are so fun. People where I'm from are so unfriendly. I hate it. The homeless vagrant people, they are encouraged to engage in marathon sessions of television viewing. I've almost thought this, that if you don't watch TV shows, if you don't watch sports over the weekend and you go to work on Monday, I believe that your coworkers at the office become suspicious of you. They're like, citizen, did you not look at the game? Do we not all love Tom Brady? Alabama's friendly? I don't know if they would like me, though. I would start pissing on them. You don't know. Y'all don't know how to change oil, do you, city slicker? Just a good old boys. Wait, where are the Dukes from? Yeah, but meaning no harm. Science fiction writers of note belong to the Masonic Futuristic Club. Alabama is friendlier than Oklahoma? Have you been by where my teacher is at? I'll have to give you his thing. You should go to acupuncture over there. Tennessee's friendly too? I thought they were kind of mean there. I thought Oklahoma really is friendly though. You know what? You know what I didn't expect about Oklahoma? There's a lot of Starbucks there. I don't know. Oklahoma City. What else did I see? I went downtown into that botanical garden thing that looks like a cylinder. I went over there, the cylinder thing. And there's one big tall building that's connected to the oil industry there, right? If those of you watching, you've never been there, you wouldn't believe. Oh, the Dukes. Really? I thought they were from Alabama. You got to look that up now. Dukes of Hazzard takes place in Georgia, Hazard County, Georgia. It's the Devon Tower. Yeah. Has anybody ever remarked on the fact that when you're there and there's a pool of water and then a cube at the Timothy McVeigh, Oklahoma bombing victim site, right? The building there when I was there, and there's a pool of water and there's another cube, right? And then across the street, there's a statue of presumably Christ, but he seems to be turning away from the explosion. Like you would think that Christ, he would say, "Come to heaven" after he got blown up. It's sort of disturbing. You guys know what I'm talking when you go to is it the Morrow building? I did go. The water would be kind of like a conduit from this world to the next. There have been people that have said, I mean, I've been, of course, to that memorial, and I've been number of times now to the 9/11 one, and the 9/11 one has where the trade tower 1 and 2 were. It's just these massive cube holes. And the water goes down into these, and I don't know what the victims of the poor family. I've been told allegedly that not everybody likes it. Yeah, you'd think Jesus would be helping out. I had that feeling. We always talk about weird shit on the Stosh channel, and no doubt that the new Freedom Tower is 1776 floors, representing the founding of this country. Of course, the more conspiratorial minded would say 1776 was the date, of course, which they founded the Bavarian Illuminati. Whatever, but it's a fertility symbol, right? The one in New York, and people from that kid, and they go, "Yeah, it looks like the Eye of Sauron," right? Time to get psychedelic because we're going conspiratorial. The one World Trade Bill, I remember when it was built, it was like, yeah, they're constructing it. It's like the Lord of the Rings. And there's also, if you go to the Met, the Metropolitan Museum, the beautiful, beautiful art museum in the Central Park there, behind the museum is a Cleopatra's Needle. Cleopatra's Needle. Hold on, guys. I'm back. I still got listeners. I apologize. Where were we? Oh, yeah. It looks like the Eye of Sauron. Did I puke? Did he puke? Did he puke? Yeah. Lord of the Rings seemed, if I'm right, did it not sort of come in? Disclosure time. Now we're time for disclosure. Now we're getting down. Yeah, am I a precedent? PB. Am I the only person to kind of comment on that religious statue near the Oklahoma bombing site? He's like he's there. It's Jesus, and he's like, oh, like you figure Jesus, he. I don't think he. I don't. He looks like he's afraid of the thing. I don't think he'd be afraid because he's he's Jesus. Not to be blasphemous here, but I just found it disturbing, and I also admit that the World Trade Center site, I guess it's beautiful. Wherever I don't think I'm the only one to sort of say it's these two pits, and this water comes down, and these black cube pits. It just looks strange. All right, I could the Oklahoma one. If you guys, it's these massive cubes, and then there's this water, and it's mystical. It's not very calming, and it's more mystical than religious, or more mystical than sad, or what, or commemorative. I don't know. Am I the only person to say this? Am I going to get in trouble for saying it? It is strange. And across the street from, not the smartest architects in Oklahoma. I bet they probably weren't from Oklahoma. Certainly they were Illuminatis, right? No. Uh, oh, but if you haven't been there ever, if you go to Manhattan, New York City, Lower Manhattan, okay, and you go to the site, the World Trade Center, directly, like very directly across the street where the train station is there's a huge, massive structure called the Oculus. It is called the Oculus. And I mean, it's massive. And it's a big white thing, right? And it's got eyelashes, okay? It's a giant eye right directly across, and it looks like this when it's like this. Big thing. If you haven't seen it, Google it right now if you can. The Oculus train station. And once a year, on September the 11th, on 9/11, once a year, it opens. It's a huge thing, and it has a slit for an eye. And if you're in there, it's a mall, and it has tacky music playing there. It's absolutely beautiful, but it looks like a Star Trek spaceship or something inside. Big mall with upscale shops, and up above, peering at you, is One World Trade Center. Right? I have a lot of. If you're into my channel, I've got a lot. Yeah, Christ turning away. Yeah, it's a strange thing down. Do you guys live within driving distance of that thing? It's amazing. If you're not from Oklahoma, or anybody not from Oklahoma, maybe my guest tonight will agree. You'll realize how big of a space that federal building took up. It's pretty massive, pretty massive. And it's not there anymore. It's not there. And anybody familiar with the Oculus? I could put it in the. Let me. To be correct, let me put it. The Oculus. At One World Trade Center, there is the Oculus. It's a $4 billion train station. All right. You will now, if you're into it, I am putting the link in. You're about a half an hour from the cubes. Very interesting. And did I have that right? The instead of Old Town, I've been to Europe many times, and they always have an Old Town and the New Town. The newer Platz and the Old Town. And if you guys aren't from Oklahoma, I think, am I right? You have the about Timothy McVeigh. Oh God, do I have you know, they lost all the paperwork from that case. There's that he had been seen with men that looked like they were kind of Iraqis or something. If you want to jump into it, the different personages that people meet would be. He was connected to this guy named Andre Strassmeyer. He was strange. There's a number of theories that McVeigh himself was military intelligence and he was in an operation and they screwed him and it got messed up. They were going to make a movie about this woman who turned kind of nasty. She turned kind of nasty and she joined the Elam City group, which is more in the way out in the boonies from you, way in the desert area. And her name's Carol Howe. She was an attractive girl that got into that nasty stuff, white supremacy and whatnot. I'm not condoning it on the Stars channel. She was to make a film on her, and they didn't let that go through, so we don't know about that. So there's the other thing is, it is what it is, and he was a soldier, and he yeah, there you go, more of a lone wolf. And who was that? Who was the guy that was Terry Nichols? Terry Nichols and McVeigh. Vince Foster. Okay, so Vince Foster. What's the book? Ambrose Pierce book on Bill Clinton and the OKC bomb. I can't remember the guy's name. But the Alfred P. Moore building. Okay, so, and there's been people that said it doesn't make sense in terms of the way the bomb works, that the way he packed it wasn't going that way. There was a man who wrote a book that very much too closely resembled that attack. That was suspicious. There was a colonel who wrote a book before the Boston bombing that fit it, and it even featured the town of Watertown, Massachusetts, before that one. So that's a strange thing, that both these guys wrote these fictional books that both resembled them. Timothy McVeigh, also speaking of the occult, he made their sign of a screw you when he was in there before they gave him the chair. I'm just saying, I'm not even saying things that I've heard about it. He also was housed in the Supermax with Ted Kaczynski, and the two men, they observed them speaking together, which is really strange. I will not say publicly what I really think, but these are some of the things I've heard about it. And it was a woman where they stayed in an RV park, and she said he was clearly seen with a man that was sort of Middle Eastern looking, which is really strange. He was a good soldier, disappointed in the military, did not make the special forces, and the Army messed with McVeigh, saying that he wet his bed or something. We're drumming you out. And all of a sudden, he became very bitter, and he wasn't in the Army anymore. He had been seen demonstrating by Waco. Some people think he was an MI. Military intelligence got in too deep. Many people think who he is, who he was. I actually met somebody who went to school with him. Said he was a mean guy, but that doesn't mean anything. Stephen Greer is really popular now, and he's really weird. Isn't he huge underground? He says he mated with a cat person, entity, alien. God, he's popular now. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, I just watched. That's weird. That's the same guy, right? Oh, I didn't know that. 2 days before the Oklahoma City, there was a crash of some VIPs. I never heard of that. I've done a video here on Ron Brown. There's a book called Ron Brown's Body. And a soldier, female soldier who was into forensics, said there was bullet in the brain of Commerce Secretary Ron Brown, that he wrote letters saying, you can take me, but don't kill my son. And he was the Commerce Secretary, and he was privy to business that was being done with China. I won't go too much further. I love China, and I love YouTube. But Also, that the soldiers in charge of the control tower committed suicide, and I believe the mechanics. But yes, was that done just with Timothy McVeigh? It's another thing where it's unsatisfying, and I don't know. To me, yeah, Lizard Lips. He is vastly popular, right? Vastly popular. Is that even a word? But let me see if I can look up Oklahoma City. But this is very interesting part. I don't know if you. Carol Howe is a former informant for the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco Explosives Department. So she was an informant. And she's a key figure of conspiracy theories. She had a following with the radical right. She spent time at the Elam City in Oklahoma. I don't know. I don't remember that one case. There's a lot of Cessna little aircraft. Are you talking about after 911? There was a guy that crashed his plane just after that, I believe. They were going to make a movie about this Carol Howe woman. You know, it's funny. She's on Wikipedia, but they don't say her age. It's very strange. There's all this stuff. John Doe number 2. There's some of the witnesses that had information about this bombing died mysteriously too. So, okay. Small town, Alexander City, Alabama. There's a these events were kind of going in all around the time when the Bank of Commerce Credit International got liquidated in the early 90s, when allegedly the largest pilot runner of drugs out of Mena, Arkansas, played by Tom Cruise in American Made, was killed. Why does his name escape me? And there's a book by a guy, Terry Reed, who talked about how he was in contact with both the young Bush 2 and President Clinton. Barry Seal. Tom Cruise plays Barry Seal, the pilot. Very interesting that he would do that movie. And Barry Seal was shot in the head. There's a wild scene where he sits next to President Bush in the hallway, and he's waiting to go into court for some reason. Preston, do you know where this place is, this Elam City? It's like out in the desert, right? Yeah, Barry Seal. That is really weird. Anyway, they were going to they were going to do a movie of the Carol Howe woman. It is admitted that she was a confidential informant. I don't know why they did that, but are you aware of this Elam City? Very strange. And I was wondering, is it still out there? Elam City, Elamville is a private community in Adair County, Oklahoma, 400 acres. Little has changed at Elam City, so you probably don't go out there, right? I got to do, you know what? I got to do a long blog, whatever this thing is called. Not Another Heather and Preston got to come on, and you guys, we got to do a whole night where we talk about people who got whacked. The Elam City, well, it says Oklahoma, I don't know, but this is where Strassmeyer was. I guess it's still there. It's kind of like the Waco, Texas, right? Have you been out in that area? I would imagine it's pretty, barren. Without going into too much further detail that I would not care to do, Andre Strassmeyer is a man with peculiar alleged intelligence connection, and he was from Germany. He had some kind of contact with McVeigh. McVeigh, the alleged bomber. Oh, they used to do polygamy there. It's more wooded. Okay, the Ozark Plateau. Did they survive on strictly catfish out there? Elam City, particular phrase, draws heavily from the Old Testament. And they have a lot of meetings. So they're paranoid people there. Roadkill. They eat the roadkill there. Andre Strassmeyer. He was a German national, and he was former head of security at the Elam City. An important figure in the Oklahoma bombing. His aliases are Andy the German, Mr. Red, Andy the Kraut. So he had something to do with it. Speaking of these crazy people involved with something, there was that thing that happened on Christmas Day, the explosion in what city was it? Nashville? Allegedly, the guy was mad about the 5G or something. This is strange. Here's in his bio of Strassmeyer. Born May 17, 1959, to a prominent family with political connections. He was the son of Gunther Strassmeyer, who was chief of staff to German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. His grandfather was also co-founder of the Nazi Party. And they didn't get him. The bombing was in Nashville. People make fun of people for talking about this conspiracy shit. What isn't conspiracy shit now? Everything is. This channel does not advocate storming anything, by the way. Do not go to Washington and try to go in the Capitol building. Please. Critical thinking. Pedro Rosas Cervantes in the House. And the gentleman who wrote the book about Led Zeppelin and its Jimmy Page's ties to the occult, which possibly brought a curse onto that band, is a fascinating book. Don't know if he's still on the line here coming through, so we've got a good show tonight. Oh, okay. Strassmeyer, he did flee from the United States. Strassmeyer stated that I've never worked for any U.S. government agency and I have not been involved in intelligence operation since my discharge from the army, from the German army in 1988. So, hey. So he didn't really deny that he wasn't in some kind of intelligence group. Strassmeyer also once claimed never to have been from Kansas. But then he admitted that he had once driven to the state. I don't know what that means. Asked to state where he was when the bombing happened, he said he was at work near Elam City. In 1997, Strassmeyer gave an interview to Der Spiegel, where he denied involvement in the Oklahoma City involvement. And he got one phone call from the FBI, and yet he was tied to McVeigh, and he was probably in intelligence in the Germans. It's very strange. Strassmeyer moved to Houston in 1989, when he may have been in the U.S. illegally after visa violations. He drew the attention of the ATF and maybe other authorities, but his arrest was blocked by higher-ups. Yeah. Actually, not another Heather. You could play Carol Howe, the informant, in the movie, and I hope that the Hollywood would give you a lot of money because she was an attractive blonde. Unless that's not really you. He was arrested in February of 1992 and had his car impounded by the Oklahoma State Highway Patrol. But his car was quickly released in spite of some confusion about the legal status of what had gone on. I don't know. It doesn't really look like they investigated. Strassmeyer has been named as John Doe 2. You're the best, not another Heather. I got to go on another night where we can get Casey on all together and talk about the real history of Oklahoma. What is really out there. With one of your attorneys, of course. Well, what woman doesn't really look hot without the makeup? Technically. I would say. It's all lies. And I don't believe you. I think you're hot. I think you're hot with or without makeup. I hate myself. that is, you know what? Speaking of that is freaky when they show a fashion model woman, and that, you know, some of them they show them without makeup. They got a good face to build on it, and they're like, whoa! You can't. I mean, you cannot tell that it's the same woman. It's freaky, you know. When it is freaky. Even Preston says I got bad breath. Just saying. Strassmeyer settled in the Christian community of Elam City, Arkansas, 1991. Chief of Security, where it has been suggested that the bomb plot originated from. Andre Strassmeyer was friends with Tim McVeigh. We met in 1992 at an arms fair in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Strassmeyer admitted that selling McVeigh an old combat knife. Isn't that a symbol that they're in a secret society? He does not deny that McVeigh phoned him a few days before the bombing, but claims that he was out of time, so he never spoke to McVeigh. I don't know what that means. Strassmeyer again has been named as a possible John Doe too. Oh, I didn't say that. I never met you, so I don't know. Wait, is it top secret, or are there 5 people in the disclosure gang? Maybe the disclosure gang is going to be kind of a famous art house thing, and we'll do all this art and sell it for a lot of money. We'll be like the disclosure gang. The milieu will be like an art house group. That's disclosure gang, and we also have to do magic and stuff. So people like the disclosure gang practice chaos magic. They're well aware of the Thanatos energy. There's 4. It's Soul Sister KC, Not Another Heather, and Murray, with 6 or 7 other pseudonyms, right? It's incredible. I just don't think that they properly questioned Mr. Strassmeyer, but he was one of the key guys. How'd we get onto Videodrome to the Timothy McVeigh? Oh yeah, because Oklahoma. He gained media attention for his lead connection. I definitely want to do. Okay, Murray. Oh yeah, no, I gathered that you were Murray. I just wanted you to be the real Bill Murray deep down. Soul Sister. Oh yeah. Soul Sister has the very intense eyes. I think if there's an alien informant among your group, it could be Soul Sister. Got a crush on her too. Can't help it. Can't help it. Does Soul Sister's family work on Elam City? No. Elam City looks like they drink the Kool-Aid out there. I'm just saying. They would definitely, probably, I'm sure they've spotted some UFOs at Elam City. Crazy. Really? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Wow. She's like, they were more alien-like then. Perhaps you're a family of superior DNA, an alien hybrid family. Soul Sister could be a genius. She has the eyes. Yeah, I do. Definitely. I do. Casey looks like a cute girlfriend that dumped me. Yeah, totally dumped me. I showed weakness. Yep. Truth be told. Not that I ever had a real girlfriend, but you know. I had an alien girlfriend. John Doe 2. Oh yeah, they had like a picture of like the wanted posters of like, remember like they had a wanted poster of from way back, who's the guy, of the Unabomber. And they caught the guy. They had like this hoodie and they had this guy. I mean, there was no, when I mean no resemblance between the Ted Kaczynski and that guy. I mean, there wasn't even a single thing about the features of the guy with the glass. I mean, that was ridiculous, you know. And then they have this John Doe 2 who looked like a, you know, and he doesn't look like Strassmeyer. He does look a little bit like, but the John Doe 2 guy is like this burly, retarded looking guy. No easy way to say it. And they did put a ball cap on him. There's people around Oklahoma where they stayed apparently that just, you know, made a lot of sightings with McVeigh. It's just a crazy thing, the way that these cases, they just don't seem to you know, properly investigate. And all the paperwork of McVeigh was gone. That's disclosure game. I thought you were going to be like, Laura. Oh, okay. For the record, Laura says that Preston, otherwise known as Murray, has the bad breath. Yes. It's not the worst problem. You guys can work through it, I think. I love Disclosure Gang. I think. Oh. You've never kissed him yet. That's awesome. This is like so romantic. I so envy you guys. I'm not worthy, but there's a chance for you guys to kiss. So just in case, make sure to use every available means to keep the breath in order and just go for it. Go in. Oh, that's so romantic too. I love it. Don't fall in love so much that it, you know, don't. You guys got to sacrifice. You're in the Disclosure Gang. You can't fall in love so much that it's going to affect the operations of the Disclosure Gang. You know, we're talking about love versus the need to pursue full disclosure here. I mean, just, you guys got to sacrifice. I mean, you can be kind of in love, but you can't go full out where it's going to, you know, jeopardize your work. That's all I'm saying. Right, professional. I mean, you know, this is something beyond love, beyond, you know, human feelings. I mean, you're doing important work for humanity. So you got to sacrifice, if you know what I mean. Absolutely. So we're talking about Videodrome, which somehow led us in to talk about the Oklahoma City bombing, which led us to Andre Strassmeyer. He's a villain. And you can tell the difference between a real villain guy, him, and the guy who played him in some movie. That message was held. Professionally smack my ass. That sounds good. I mean, unless that's a saying. Is that like a saying that you have in Oklahoma? Like, smack my ass. Smack my ass. And you fill up the rest of that beer. Is Miss Jess another person that's not in the Disclosure Gang? Is she from another message board? that I'm not privy to? Oklahoma makes a thing like, smack my ass. Will smack my ass. The highway, there's a traffic jam. I love it. All right. Well, I'm getting beat. I'm glad you guys joined me. We got to do this again. Anybody? Oh, she's not the disclosure untreated, and he's embarrassed about it. Oh. Well, what's the astrological sign of Preston, and what's the astrological sign of Jess versus the astrological sign of Not Another Heather? That's huge. You got to be on the same wavelength, man. That could be. It could be. Could be crucial. If I was Preston, I would just give everything I got for your love. I would get some flowers, get the whole thing, if necessary. Yeah, the mouthwash. Yep. And save up for a haircut. Do man things. You know, have a guy chop a watermelon on you. It's, they just fall for you. You know. What's love got to do with it? The Videodrome is real. How could I don't think Jess could hold a candle to we're having a fight in here. But it's the way that Jess typed, the manner of which I'm not even used to friendly people, so I wouldn't even know what to do. If I went on a date with one from Oklahoma, they'd be friendly. I'd be like, what are you trying to sell me? Are you in a cult? Because back east here, nobody's friendly. There's no such thing as love, and people, they don't even really have dates or anything. Everybody hates each other. The weather is always crappy, and it's the nerdy glasses that did it to him. All right, dudes, my voice is getting tired. Can I make a date with everybody in this chat room tonight? You want to do it? We'll pick a night. We're going to do, it's kind of scary, but you want to do assassination night? Let's just go through the thing. I'll get lit. Let's get list. Everybody who got whacked around the Kennedy assassination, around any other one of these things, let's do it. Let's do it. There must be tons of them. Mysterious plane crashes, espionage stuff, journalists who knew too much, authors, Kurt Cobain's girlfriend. Anybody? Are you guys up for it or no? Get Miss Jess on board. I wonder if she would like to discuss the list of people who've been probable possible assassinations. Maybe she'd be good at it. I'll type it in. You guys want to do the assassination night? That's all right. If you can get 3 or 2 of the Disclosure Gang. Yeah, let's do it. All right. We need to come on board here. I think that's a great topic, and I'll try to advertise it ahead of time. I would love it. I love talking to you guys. And I miss you guys already. Let's get together. I'll see you guys soon on Twitter, and thanks for being a sport with me on there. I've been fresh lately. I have crushes on all you guys. It's hard for me to deal. But I also respect you, and I respect your mission. And we'll die before we not see disclosure disclosed. That's our mission. My friends, the DG, Pedro from Toronto, everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. This has been the Stosh Show. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Rent Videodrome. Love you too, brother. Rent Videodrome. Love you guys totally. Peace out. Hear me now. Check me later. Ciao.